Today we're not checking out just any song, we're listening to one of the most beloved and cherished recordings of the 20th century. Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World is a song that came out back in 1967. It's a song about defiance and resilience. It's a song that was rejected in its own country, America, and it's being sung by a 66-year-old man who, in the face of war and chaos, decided to sing about the beauty of the world anyway. What's good, everybody? This is your girl Tamale. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're gonna be doing the reaction video to What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. So if you have not done so yet, please do not forget to go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button so you can keep enjoying more content like this.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Louis Armstrong is such a wonderful human being. He doesn't just sing his songs, he lives his song. Backstory, this recording is from the BBC studio, recorded in 1968. Think about the time when the song actually came out, which was in 1967. America was basically on fire at the time because the war in Vietnam was still happening. There was a lot of civil unrest in America. JF Kennedy's assassination had just happened. Also, Malcolm X's assassination had just happened. Martin Luther King Jr. was then leading the marches, and at that time Louis Armstrong was also coming out with this song. So this was happening in the midst of a lot of chaos. When this song was written, it was actually specifically for Louis Armstrong because the writers of the song, Bob and George, said that they wanted the song to be performed by him only, because only he could portray the song as they would have wanted it to be, so joyful, so hope-giving. Funny enough, Louis Armstrong did not actually like the song when he first heard it because it didn't carry that oomph and jazzy sound that he usually prefers. You would have noticed What a Wonderful World is not a jazz song, it's a ballad. It's said that after Louis Armstrong really read the lyrics, he fell in love with it because the song kind of reminded him of his own life, of the little things that he cherished in life, of his neighbors, of the people and the places that he grew up at. That's one of the main reasons as to why he decided to perform the song. You'll notice in the original recordings of the song, Louis Armstrong does not even touch the trumpet. All he does is sing with his melodious, beautiful voice and his radiant personality.
I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful
He's so cute. Beautiful.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people going by.
Comparing the colors of the rainbow to the faces of the people going by. That way he is connecting nature to humanity. Whatever is beautiful in nature can also be seen in human beings. You just have to look, pause for 1 second, look, and right, it's there. The orchestra actually, it's big on stage, but it doesn't overwhelm his voice, which is already beautiful and so joyous. He's a storyteller and he wants to take us along on this journey of rediscovering life through nature and humanity.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you.
Yeah, I care about you. You guys, this song, like, I've listened to this song over a gazillion times, but sometimes we listen to things without really listening, and what really carries the cake most of the time is the backstory about the songs that we listen to. The president of the ABC recording studios at the time hated the song. He hated the song so much when they were first recording it. He came in the studios apparently at 2 a.m. and wanted to fire everybody in the session. but unfortunately he was stopped and they carried on recording the song. However, when the song came out, he did not want to promote the song in the United States, so the song made it to #1 on the charts back in Britain, I think, or in Europe. And once that happened, Louis Armstrong stayed at the top of the charts for 40 years straight, became a big thing over there, and then the song only became really popular in the US 20 years later.
I hear babies crying, I watch them grow, they learn much more than I'll ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
The song is full of so much storytelling. So before we wrap up, let me tell you guys a little bit about who Louis Armstrong actually was. Louis Armstrong was born in 1901 at the age of 7 years old. He and his mother had to be taken in by a Lithuanian family. However, a few years after that, he had to go to this kind of boys' school because he had fired a gun in the air on a New Year's Eve, and he was sent to a boys' school. Then that's where he learned how to play the piano, how to play the music, and how to sing also. Louis Armstrong transformed jazz by his own way of improvisation. He broke down racial barriers, becoming the first black entertainer and singer to cross over to white audiences. By the 1960s, he was a worldly known phenomenon, a worldly known artist, and he even became a goodwill ambassador for the US State Department. In 1967, when this song came out, it was in the middle of chaos of the Vietnam War, of World War II. Everybody was scared that the world was gonna go up in flame and everybody was gonna become annihilated, which didn't happen, thank God. But it's within this chaos that this song came out. The writers of the song said that they wanted him to perform, Louis Armstrong to perform this song, because he was such a wonderful human being and wonderful singer that they wanted an immortal singer with an immortal voice to perform a music that would stay forever. Only Louis Armstrong, a 66 years old man who has seen poverty, who had seen racism, who has seen the deaths of his friends and colleagues, could still look at the world and think to himself, what a wonderful world. So that's it for me today. Let me know if you have any anecdotes or any thoughts about the song. Please do not forget to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to keep vibing with me on this musical journey.